Hi everyone, this is Hillary of Hillary's Mindful Living, and today I want to discuss how to love yourself more. I have a lot of clients who tell me that they have a hard time allowing other people to love them. They have a hard time letting love in, and they want to learn how to open their heart more, which is common. But the thing is, you can't open your heart to other people until you first learn to open your heart to yourself. Um, Everything in spirituality begins with introspection and doing inner work, which then reflects to the outer world. So, for example, let's say you're on an airplane and the flight attendant is explaining that in case there's a crash, grab your oxygen mask and make sure you put it on yourself first before you put it on your child. So you have to save yourself first before you can save anyone else. So that theme kind of applies to everything in spirituality. It's always an inner working job that then gets expressed to the rest of the world. So it's kind of interesting, all you have to do is do work on yourself, and then you're kind and nice to everyone else. It's pretty interesting. So the purpose of this video is to teach yourself how to open up to loving yourself more. And I have several exercises that I'm gonna teach you. What does loving yourself mean? So to me, loving yourself means complete acceptance of yourself, letting go of all judgment about yourself. This is a tricky thing. The ego is loud. And even though we do all this work on ourselves, I'm not sure that ego mind will ever go away. Well, it will probably always, send those thoughts of you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that. But as you become a practiced yogi on this subject, it just becomes like outside noise. You hear it, but you don't attach to it. So that's kind of where we strive to be in loving ourselves. All right, so let's talk about the exercises. The first exercise is a physical exercise. So I do a lot of yoga, and in yoga, there are heart opening positions that you can put your body in. And by opening up physically your body, by sort of sticking your chest out almost and opening that whole top part of your body, you are literally allowing the energy to flow so that love can move easily back and forth. So the number one position that you do in yoga to help open up that heart space is a back bend. Now, not everyone can do a back bend. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But there are lots of ways to simulate a back bend. And they say that a back bend a day keeps depression at bay. So that's pretty cool. So the way I would normally tell you to do an easy back bend would be to hang off the edge of your bed and open your whole body like this. And for the purpose of this video, you can also just do it in a chair or like I'm going to show you on the couch. All you have to do is put your arms, back against the couch, stick your chest out and hang your head back and sit here for a few minutes and just breathe through it. Now, the other way to do it, it's going to look really messy on this video, but I still want to show you because I think it's important and it's kind of cool because I like to hang upside down. So I would swing my feet over the couch like this. Don't know if you can see this. And I open this way. I'm sure you're not seeing my head, but I am hanging my body over, doing the same motion that I just showed you the other way. I find this way to be more effective because you're hanging upside down and you can spread your chest a little further. But either way, whatever works, just hang there for a couple moments. Do it every day. It's a great way to open up your heart. Okay. The next thing that you could do to love yourself more is chant the ancient Indian Sanskrit word yam. Y-A-M. Yam. And this is a mantra for the heart. It carries with it a vibration, and it's sort of like a meditation, and you would chant it over and over and over again. You can look on YouTube. There's plenty of videos about that will have the mantra yam, and you can just sit there, but you have to do it. You have to do it with the video. You have to do it out loud because you want your body to vibrate from the word that you're saying over and over again. When I say yam, yum, there's a buzz, yum, and that buzz I can feel in my whole body energetically. So it's helping to open up. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how I would chant it. I would just close my eyes and sit up straight, take a breath in, and exhale. Yum, 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 yum. And that's it. That's how you do it. It feels really good, actually. So that's another way to open your heart and love yourself more. The next way is a little bit harder. This requires connecting with your inner child. So what is an inner child? An inner child is the little girl or little boy that lives inside of you. It represents all that you went through when you were young. Most of us had all of our trauma in this lifetime, because I believe in many lifetimes, but in this particular lifetime, most of our trauma occurred when we were young. Of no fault of anyone. It's just how we were sponges then. We took everything in, and the problem is that trauma lives in the body until it gets released. So if you have this trauma in your body, you need to talk to this little girl or talk to this little boy regularly to assure them that they're okay. And slowly you begin to heal this trauma. For instance, I lack a bit of self-confidence with recording these videos. This is new for me. I have no problem talking in front of people, but it's really weird to record a video. So my confidence is lower. And every time I record a video, I have to get myself psyched up for it. And I hear that ego telling me I'm no good. And I have to talk to this child inside of me and reassure her, it's all good. I got you. We're good. So how do we heal the inner child? A couple ways. One, like I said, is by talking to the little girl. One is through journaling. You can literally write to your little girl, and as you write, and you can have a dialogue, things will come up, things that you might not have even known deeply affected you, but all of these things made you feel that you were less than. And the idea is you want to love yourself again. So you sort of have to embrace this inner child. You could also Google inner child healing and find more ways to do that. Okay, next way to love yourself more is to breathe through the heart. Okay, so this is like more about visualizing the breath. You know, you're breathing in, and then it's going to calm down and go through the heart space. So I just sit, and maybe I'll set a timer and just practice moving my breath through the heart space. I'll show you what it looks like, but it's not going to look like much because you really have to experience it yourself. So I'm going to show you 2 times, and then we'll do it together. Okay, so I would close my eyes, and I would breathe in. And exhale. And breathe in. And exhale. And the whole time, like I said, I'm visualizing this air kind of coming through here. It's not truly coming through here. We're really just visualizing. So now, if you would, try this with me and let's do 5 of them. Okay, and I will cue you. So sit on a comfy seat. You can pause if you need to. Uncross anything that's crossed. Put your hands up to the sky on your lap. And let's close our eyes and breathe in. And exhale through the heart. Breathe in. Exhale through the heart. Breathe in. And exhale through the heart. Breathe in. And exhale through the heart. Last one. Breathe in. And exhale through the heart. Now, let's keep our eyes closed for a moment and observe the space. And when you're ready, open your eyes. It's really important to, after you've done a breathing exercise, to just sit and feel what you feel from the experience, because it's amazing how it just sort of creates an openness inside of you. And for me, I could feel the openness inside this area. Okay, next way we can learn to love ourselves more is by using the stone rose quartz. So in my on my YouTube page, I have a whole section of talks about, they're just 1 minute long, talks about each of the stones. And there is something about rose quartz in a little more detail than what I'm going to say now. But for all intents and purposes, rose quartz is the love stone. And it activates your heart chakra and gets you to be more love, to give more love, to feel more love. Now, I wear rose quartz jewelry every single day as a reminder to me to pay attention and be loving to myself and to others. So even if you don't feel anything from the stone, it's a really good reminder. Just seeing it around or having it on your body will be a reminder to be kind and loving to yourself. Let's see, what else? Okay, so I also did this great exercise with my groups. So what we did was we cut out a heart, and inside the heart, we put everything that we loved about ourselves. This was an interesting exercise because a lot of people were very uncomfortable doing this. I told them they had to fill the whole heart up with things that they love about themselves. And you know, we compliment everybody else in the world, but we often forget to compliment ourselves. So you probably can't read this, so I'll read you a couple of them. I love myself for putting myself first, for being organized, for being healthy. I love myself for being a risk taker, for being a great friend. I love myself for being loving and for being comfortable and quiet. So this is a good exercise. And if you don't want to make a piece of art like this, you could always just write on a piece of paper 10 things that you love about yourself. But either way, whatever you write, or if you make some nice art, make sure to put it in a place where you'll see it as a reminder when you forget, because we often forget. So for me, I put all of the things that I create either in my bathroom, because in the bathroom is where I start my day and I end my day, or I'll hang things up in my office because I'm in that room a lot too. So great exercise. And finally, you can make a mantra. So a mantra is a positive affirmation that declares where you are. And it's sort of teaching your mind to accept this, even though you might not believe it in the beginning. Mantras, you sort of fake it till you make it. So this mantra says, I love my beautiful body. This is a hard statement. I admit I struggle with this. I'm sure many of you do too. And so if I write this way, if I hang this in a place where I'll see it, maybe even in your car, every time the thought pops up of self-hatred about my body and I weigh too much, or I'm too flabby, or I'm this, or I'm that, I remind myself, I love my beautiful body. I explain all about how to create a mantra in my book, which I have a link to in my comments section. It's just I think it's like $8 on Amazon. It's just like a 60-page self-help book, super easy, but it teaches you how to write a mantra, because when you write a mantra, it's important, the language of your mantra. You want it to be present and active. You want the word I in there. Anyway, you can read more about how to do that in my book. And lastly, I have a self-acceptance quiz that you can take. I will have the questions in my comment section of this video, and you can see how you do, see how much love you feel for yourself. I'll have the scores and the analysis of it too, so you'll be able to see. So I think that that's it for now. I just want to reiterate that when you want to open up your heart, if that is your goal, if your goal is to be more accepting, to receive love, and then to give love, you have to first work on yourself and loving yourself first. That's the number one thing that you have to do. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please write any thoughts that you have in the comment section. Please give it a thumbs up. I'm starting to build this YouTube channel. I'm posting free classes every week. They're just about 15 minutes so far. We'll see. With the goal to really help and subscribe so that you'll automatically know that they're coming. Thanks so much.